Belize observed Emancipation Day on August 1st. An official ceremony to commemorate the abolition of slavery was held at Government House in Belize City. The main address was delivered by Minister of Culture and Chairman of the National Celebrations Commission, Honorable Francis Fonseca. Several cultural performances were a part of the official ceremony. This was followed by the Ibo Town Festival, a day of celebration which featured information-sharing booths, cultural music, and food. Our Belize Watch team was there, and we will have the sights and sounds of the celebration of Emancipation Day 2026 after this break to hear from our partners. The Bari, National Gas Company, Del Martin, Seafront Inn, and National Institute of Culture and History.
Bari is your one-stop store of choice. We have an array of electronics and accessories to keep you connected. Your home will be the envy of your friends when you choose from a wide variety of household appliances. We can help you dress the entire family in style and comfort with our selection of clothing and footwear. Visit our store on Albert Street in Belize City, San Pedro, La Isla Bonita, Park Street in Orange Walk Town, Belmopan, and San Ignacio, Santa Elena. Bari, get more, pay less.
Seafront Inn welcomes you to Punta Gorda, overlooking the beautiful Caribbean Sea. Seafront Inn offers visitors a relaxing blend of comfort and local charm. Our rooms are spacious and fully air-conditioned, with several amenities including refrigerator, microwave, TV, and more. Clive's Restaurant is located on the 3rd floor and offers a wide variety of delicious food. We can also host your special events. So when you need to get away for business or pleasure, enjoy the atmosphere at Seafront Inn, offering the best of Southern hospitality.
Belize's food heritage is more than what's on our plates. It's the stories, skills, and traditions passed down through generations. But today, those traditions are at risk. That's why the Belize Food Heritage Project is training over 150 community participants, documenting 80 traditional foodways, and sharing the rich flavors of our culture. Join us in celebrating Belize's living heritage, one recipe, one story, one community at a time. Supported by Niche and the UNESCO ICH Fund.
Celebration time. It don't matter what part of the jewelry come from. You da you and me da me. But guess what? All are we the one. See what I mean? Jump and shout all over the nation.
On 1st August 1838, our African ancestors were legally emancipated from slavery, marking the beginning of a new chapter in the pursuit of dignity, justice, and opportunity. As Belize prepares to commemorate Emancipation Day 2026, we honor their resilience, celebrate their enduring legacy, and reflect on the sacrifices that help shape our nation.
Right? It's a declaration of agreement, support, and saying, okay, so be, right? Another being of a shame is that it is a command. It is this power. It conveys a sense of inherent power that makes things happen. We also look at the fact that it was mentioned that there's a spiritual force, and it is believed that all of us and all living things are born with a spiritual force, right? So Ashe represents the essential life force that is spiritual energy embedded in speech, rituals, and that kind of thing. So let's put it this way: Ashe, one of the things that we say, believers, are there with you, are there with that, right? And so it's power, authority, or the vital force to bring things forward. So as we go through this Emancipation Day ceremony, I'm asking you to respond with Ashe at the end of the calling of each name. Great ancestors of strength, wisdom, and resilience, those known and unknown, we gather in reverence on this Emancipation Day to pay homage to you and to honor our heritage and the legacy that guides us. As we pour this libation, we humbly ask for your continued guidance and blessings. May your spirits be with us in this ceremony as we invoke now your presence. Women, ancestors, Peggy, Lizzie, Kwashiba, and Monmilia. Freedom fighters, Will and Sharpnel. Adam Flowers. Joseph Chatoué. Simon Lam. Isaiah Morter. Antonio Sabaranis. Marcos Garvey. Annie Flowers. Henry Fairweather. Black Cross nurses Vivian C. and Cleopatra White. Samuel Hayes. Thomas Vincent Ramos. Gwendolyn Lizaraga. Henry Fairweather. Julian Shaw. Dr. Neil Garber. Ambassador Adalbert Tucker. Wilfred Peters. Leela Verner. Mirna Manzanares. Louise Wade. Lincoln Flowers. Rooney Burgos. Ken Bailey Myers. National Hero Honorable Philip Goldson. National Hero and Father of the Nation, Right Honorable George Price. In silence now, we take a moment for each of us to communicate with our own ancestors. Ashe.
April Martinez, and we are at a place called Why Gales Point. April, why Gales Point?
Why not Gales Point? We are here at the Ibotong Festival for Emancipation Day, commemorating Emancipation Day, and how else to commemorate a day of freedom than to talk about the village that established maroonage in Belize. We're talking about the space that created runaway slaves. They're the ones that didn't wait for freedom to come, they made freedom for themselves. So that's why Malante.
That's why Malante about. But you know, April, what I can think about when you said about the runaway slaves, also I thought about Runaway Creek, which is not far from Gales Point, right? And of course, Gales Point is a beautifully peninsula in the southern lagoon.
Yes, and so I think that Gales Point got magic because it's one of those places where you see the canopy of the mountains, you see the lagoon, and then it meets the sea right then and there. And I don't know how better yet of a space to determine as magical as that.
No. Summarize to me what you know about the role that Gales Point play in the abolition of slavery and hiding the slaves. So give me a quick story.
So the story goes that Gales Point essentially was developed by runaway slaves, so persons that escaped bondage from what is now present-day Belize City. So in terms of what we think about emancipation and freedom, that is where Gales Point was established. It's one of the first. But it's not just that it was one of the first, it's still ongoing. The space where they are located in Belize Rural, it was able to give them that opportunity in that isolation to keep their African heritage, to keep their stories, to keep the drumming, where there was nobody there to, ban drumming from them. There was nobody there to tell them they couldn't speak their language. And so when you think about what Gales Point represents, it's that heart of that African Creole heritage that I think a lot of people are still searching for. Yeah.
Like I said, it's a beautiful part of the country that everyone should get to know because of the history. And I really like what you're doing. What are you highlighting here today?
So we are the Institute for Social and Cultural Research at Niche, and one of our main objectives is to safeguard the living heritage of Belize, and that includes Creole heritage. And for us, aspects of what is living and breathing still exist in terms of the music, the language, the food, the traditions that Gales Point still have. And what we want to highlight is that they're still here. Yeah. They've not gone away. When people think about Creole, they often just think about with the talk Creole, right? But there's so much that has still been safeguarded and preserved, and you see it alive and abundant every single day at Gales Point. For us, we were able to take the Bram, the Christmas Bram, and the Sambai, that are two traditions, two drumming traditions over at Gales Point. Christmas Bram, where you Bram from a morning till that evening for Christmas Day and for Boxing Day, and the Sambai ritual, which is also where you have the fire pit in the center, and you commemorate, I think, 3 days before the full moon and 3 days after. It used to be a courtship tradition, but now they do it for harvesting and agriculture and so forth. But the reason why we wanted to uplift Bram and Sambai and to add it to the UNESCO representative list, which is now been inscribed as of last year, is because in Belize, we have only one inscription, and seeing that Gales Point has kept this tradition alive for all these centuries, it must be highlighted and celebrated.
Would you say that Gales Point is perhaps the most authentic Creole village, because the Creole was made up of the mixture of the slaves that were here in the early days? People that were slaves, and like you said, they ran away, they formed the community, their descendants are still there, so they have remained true and steadfast to the Creole culture. So the raw Creole culture would be in Gales Point.
Yes, and the reason why we say the Bram and Sambai of Gales Point village specifically is because a lot of the villages in River Valley had that. A lot of the villages, you have Burrell Boom, River Valley had it, Crooked Tree, Willows Bank, Flowers Bank. They've all had these traditions, but for some reason retaining it is difficult. And we've seen that Gales Point, even during COVID, they were able to still maintain these traditions. And so that's why we highlight them specifically. Not to say that it's taken away from the Creole in general, but because they have kept it ongoing all these centuries, it must be celebrated.
So festivals like these are very important. Emancipation Day, the celebration of Emancipation Day, is key to our country, because it goes back to the roots of our country. What basically the foundation of modern Belize, right?
So I think that we tend to forget that in terms of Belize City itself, where we are in Ibo Town, which is one of the oldest spaces where the enslaved Africans were kept. This was where they lived. This was their space. And Ibo Town in itself is a form of resistance and resilience, where they tried to take the people away. They've tried to burn people down, the space down, and it's still alive. We have Yabra Cemetery, which is right behind me, which is one of the oldest cemeteries in the country. And so to see that it's still here and it's alive, I don't know how often you go to Yabra and how often you pass this cemetery, but it's not just a cemetery. There's so many of our ancestors that are buried here. And for persons that would like to find out who they are, I would suggest you take a walk through and see, because this space right here is the foundations of what made Belize City today. We don't want to ever forget that Belize was built on the backs of African slaves, and you can't forget that. And so emancipation there really is to pay our respects and our homage to those who have fallen.
With the chairperson of Gales Point, Manatee, right? The soul part of the Creole culture, right?
Yes, the culture cradle.
A culture cradle.
Yes.
And that's what we are celebrating out here today, Creole culture, Emancipation Day. How you feel, Madam Chair, celebrating Emancipation Day 2026?
I am very happy. I'm very proud of where we have been and where we are today. Today, that we got nominated on the UNESCO list and we got adopted by our Creole culture, the Sambai and the Brahmin on the UNESCO representative list, and I'm very proud of where we are today.
Tell me about life at Gales Point right now.
Well, life at Gales Point is very challenging, but right now we are uplifting, we are developing. The coastal road is paved right now, and right now with our culture being recognized globally, that is a really big step for us on going forward with development and recognizing Gales Point on globally.
Now, I've spoken to you before, but I wanted to remind me of some of the initiatives that you are taking in promoting Gales Point and pushing Gales Point forward.
Well, we have just recently had a Creole Cultural Festival on July 18th where we promote our culture, our living heritage. We have the Sambai dancers, the culture group. We promoted our coconut oil, our living traditions. We promoted the fire heart baking, our fire heart food, the sailing race, the dory race, the canoe. All our living heritage have been promoted on that day, and we continue to promote and preserve our culture.
No, in the background we're hearing ding ding walla walla walla, ding 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 walla walla. Sometimes I feel like dancers against, the talk, but ding ding walla walla walla. You know about ding ding walla walla, right?
Yes, that is our heritage. That is where the drumming and the beat come in. That is part of our culture. That is part of our history. And we just move to the rhythm, we move to the beat, and we enjoy and we celebrated our culture, our living heritage of Gales Point, Manatee. They brought down with our master John Emmett Young and our dancers Shelly and Joanne, and our younger generation is right here. They are also, yes, we are trying to promote and preserve our culture, so we need to include the youths and the younger generation.
Yes. Michelle Tillett from Gales Point, right?
Yes. Right. Born and grown at Gales Point.
Born and grown at Gales Point? Okay. What was it like growing up in Gales Point, Phil?
Well, my childhood was good. Me and my mother just go catch go fishing for hand line. Yeah. Go over next side and chop firewood and cook, do what got to do.
All right, so you used to catch firewood and cook.
Firewood and cook, go fishing and do different and stuff. Well, me and one of my sisters, we live that state, and one of my brothers just go cross here, that side, go hunting, catch game meat, give nut, armadillo, and we call what my mama cook it a different thing. But now today they pour a bun pan the fire heart are going to do to show them how to do it pan the fire heart. So the first thing we do, I don't put my coconut pan. Nothing to hold it pan. I hold it in my hand like this, so.
Serious?
Yeah. See how you chip it. 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 See how
What's next?
Wash it out.
Okay. So we wash off the coconut.
Then you go in and you grate it.
Oh, the grating of the coconut. Well, I know about that one there. That one is too hard, right? You don't mind I do one 2D grate on it?
Yeah, no matter.
Make a see if I can remember how my days. I used to hold the coconut like that. And go on so.
You don't mind because it's great. I have sharp.
You don't have sharp grater for sure. Grater not easy at all. You will add a little bit of water to it first, right?
Yeah. You have to add water to it.
Yeah, then you squeeze out the milk. Right, man. Nice milk. And then you could do it a second time, right?
Yeah.
And that's what you call pure coconut milk. Okay, so what's our next move now?
I'm going to start putting the ingredients there in the flour.
Your ingredients are not secret ingredients? Or
No.
you sure you don't mind people say secret?
It don't matter. Because that's not the way how they do it, you know. That the art how you do it.
That the art how you do it. But then you show me the art and the way.
Exactly. Because then I teach you how to do it.
That's right.
Kim Vasquez from the Institute of Creative Arts shared how the local celebration of Emancipation Day came to be. We will have those comments after this break to hear from our partners. The Barry, National Gas Company, Del Martin, Seafront Inn, and National Institute of Culture and History.
Debari is your one-stop store of choice. We have an array of electronics and accessories to keep you connected. Your home will be the envy of your friends when you choose from a wide variety of household appliances. We can help you dress the entire family in style and comfort with our selection of clothing and footwear. Visit our store on Albert Street in Belize City, San Pedro, La Isla Bonita, Park Street in Orange Walk Town, Belmopan, and San Ignacio, Santa Elena. Debari, get more, pay less.
Seafront Inn welcomes you to Punta Gorda, overlooking the beautiful Caribbean Sea. Seafront Inn offers visitors a relaxing blend of comfort and local charm. Our rooms are spacious and fully air-conditioned, with several amenities including refrigerator, microwave, TV, and more. Clive's Restaurant is located on the 3rd floor and offers a wide variety of delicious food. We can also host your special events. So when you need to get away for business or pleasure, enjoy the atmosphere at Seafront Inn, offering the best of Southern hospitality.
Are you up for an adventure? Want to go explore the world of the ancient Maya? Let's visit one of the archaeological sites. Don't have any cash? Well, guess what? The Institute of Archaeology niche has made payment options more convenient. We are now accepting DigiWallet payments at 13 of our archaeological reserves. Here's how to do it. Select the bill pay option within the DigiWallet app, then select government entities. Click on niche and enter the site name, fee type, cost of ticket, and click Pay Bill. After a successful transaction, show your digital receipt to the ticketing clerk and this process is complete. And don't worry, Digi now has cellular service on a number of our sites. Yes, it's that easy. Download and register for DigiWallet from your Google Play Store or Apple App Store today. Pay your park fees with ease and enjoy an unforgettable experience at these incredible archaeological reserves. This message was brought to you by the Institute of Archaeology niche, preserving the past for the future.
Celebration time. It don't matter what part of the jewel you come from. You that you and me that me. But guess what? All are we the one. See what I mean? Jump and shout all over the nation. Breaking out with a new creation. It's been too long, we've got to unite.
important to note that 5 years ago, the government of Belize formally recognized Emancipation Day as a deeply rooted part of our national journey and identity. That struggle, resistance, and triumph are fundamental parts of our road to independence, and that this present moment in 2026 is intertwined with our many challenges and opportunities as a nation and people. This is precisely why this official ceremony, along with the Ibotong Festival that follows, is so vital. These gatherings show respect, showcase our cultural vitality, and celebrate our ongoing commitment to forging national identity and national unity.
Kim Vasquez of the Institute of
Creative Arts, the Institute of Creative Arts niche.
Institute of Creative Arts. Now, what do you mean when you said Institute of Creative Arts? Yeah, tell me a bit about the Institute of Creative Arts.
So the Institute of Creative Arts is the arm of niche that deals with the promotion, the development, the showcase of all the different creative arts. That includes the performing arts, the visual arts, the literary arts. We develop them, we showcase them, we celebrate them, and we work to create platforms such as the Ibotong Festival that is a platform for the food, the dance, the music, the artisans, the handicraft. So that is what the work of the Institute of Creative Arts does in a nutshell.
Well, without knowing the past, we cannot appreciate the present.
Yes.
So, and we cannot plan the future. So let's go into the past first.
Yes.
The origins of all that we are seeing here today.
Yes, so the Ibotong Festival, it really began out here, more down by the Yabra Green. There's a football tournament down there, by the way. A youth football tournament will take place down there. And Ibotong Festival was founded by 3 gentlemen, Jerome Pilaf Mahia, that deals with the youth football tournament, and brother David Obi. They are the founders of the Ibotong Festival. So as you all know, the road to even before the government recognized Emancipation Day formally, there was a grassroots movement for many years. The Creole Council and other cultural practitioners would come out here, or they would go by the seafront to commemorate Emancipation Day. And we try to really keep at niche many of those practices. If you saw the ceremony this morning, you notice that even in the official ceremony, there is the sharing of a communal breakfast, fever grass, tea, and Johnny cake. Those things didn't happen by chance. Everything that was done by the practitioners leading up to, we incorporated it into the official ceremony. So the pouring of the libation, and we also try to add elements as well for reflection. For example, we have every year, the Institute of Creative Arts puts out a call for poems for emancipation, so that we can reflect and think about the culture, the history, the heritage. Ibotong Festival now, to come back to the festival, we've been trying to grow it for a number of years. I think it was maybe like 2023 when Brother David said, Kim, I could see you're really passionate about this thing, right? He said, and I think you have, along with Niche and the partners, the ability to take it to another level, because we were contributing and supporting and sponsoring. Right, so he said, you know, we passed the mantle over. And since then, we've worked with our partners, our sister institutes within Niche, as well as the Belize City Council and the different cultural organizations like the National Creole Council, to grow Ibotong as a festival that is a little bit different. Our vision for it is that, yes, it's going to have the food and the music, but it will have a lot of education, a lot of history, a lot of displays, a lot of knowing your past and having an appreciation. And yes, we want to have really fun elements as well to celebrate. We'll have Paulabon competition in our Liwile, rice and beans competition, sack race, lime and spoon, wheelbarrow. So that's really what we're doing. It's out here of a celebration of the resilience and the history and also the culture.
Very good. I must congratulate you on putting all this together. And maybe we could look at several things are going through my mind as I'm talking to you, but one of them that comes up in the forefront of it, signage. You know, highlighting the importance of things here in Ibotong. You know, because a lot of people might not realize that where we are, where there's the Isaiah Morta statue, is Ibotong, right? Was Ibotong. But so are there any intentions to put signage explaining different things like the historical Yabra cemetery and that kind of thing?
Most definitely, that is the direction we want to go. We really want to look at the entire neighborhood, and we love the process of discovery, that we find more and more of the people that come out, the public. And they say, really, where was Ibotong? And you know, we have those discussions, okay, from Berkeley Street, portion of Albert Street, all the way up to Yabra. And you know, when you say that name Ibotong, you know, yes, that's literally the link of the Igbo tribe, as well as the Yorubas, the Ashantis, the Manding. Matter of fact, Brother David actually have one song named Ibotong, right? And he talks about all of that, right? And so really, when just evoking the name Ibotong should fill us with a sense of curiosity, but also with a lot of pride, right? For the journey from where we came and to where I think many people need to start to say, what does emancipation mean in a modern context for Belize? Are we truly emancipated, right? And you know, how can we continue to remove the mental shackles and some of the things that are still holding us back? But at the same time, how can we celebrate more, learn more, really, you know, ask those questions. Where was Ibotong? Why do we call it Ibotong? One of the best questions I had recently, somebody said, why this area called Yabra, and why never keep the name Ibotong? And you know, we got into it, and they said, well, Yabra, of course, was probably taken from Yarborough, from one of the Baymen, one of the Baymen, the leaders among the Bay, right? And I said, you know, for me, when I think about it, I don't think the powers that be back then would have wanted to name a neighborhood Ibotong. They would have wanted to name it after one of the Baymen. But we have the ability now to reclaim
Ibotong.
To reclaim Ibotong, right? And to set history straight, that this was one of our historical neighborhoods. And of course, history keeps no record of it, but we can tell those stories now.
What do you know about the Ashantis?
Well, we know that those were one of the African tribes. We know that, when we looked at who were the enslaved peoples and their backgrounds here in Belize, history tells us that we had not only the Ashantis, but the Yoruba, the Mandingos. So, it is really something, like I said, when you say, okay, I'm going to Ibotong Festival, it should give you a pause. Hey, our DNA, it's in our DNA, it's in our ancestry, and that link right back to Mother Africa.
So we're here today celebrating our past while enjoying our present. Now, what's the future?
The future is that we really want to see Ibotong Festival continue to grow. We want more people to come out. We're having out here from 11 all the way up until 8 o'clock. And I really think that people really need to come out and experience it, spend a day out here. Yeah. Right, the full range of activities. We're just getting started right now.
So this will continue next year and the following year, and
well,
so
that is the goal. That is the goal.
Tell me about some of the exhibits that are.
So we have the Institute of Creative Arts. We brought out our Mr. Martin Leakey Old Dory, because remember now I told you that ICA, we focus on the music, we focus on the creative arts. So we sing this song all the time. Mr. Martin Leakey Old Dory, right? Right. And of course, we are, as I said, we're hosting the powder bun competition, the rice and beans competition. Last year we had about 20-something participants in just the powder bun. This year we decided to add the rice and beans as well. And we have judges coming out to help us judge the competition.
Sharon, I saw you walk past me. I almost never recognize you because you're very creolized today, right?
Wait up, wait up. And this stuff, what we people may dress up in Emancipation Day when we broke free after that church bell ring to 1838. So you know what? They think, the way we people used to dress up in and they got for, they used to call it Congo dress. And Christmas they come and a warm dandan. Yeah. And when you broke free and pop boy, if you got time, I could tell you some little thing about this outfit. So, first of all, first thing, right? When people used to know if a cutter can drive, right? Or when the elders say, you take nothing, make something.
Yeah, but nothing make something.
Yes. So, you have the blouse and it loose. Back in the Victorian era, but for we people make things for we way. So the Creole version for deal with the tropics. So the top, the Wally English looking lace with embroidery. And then you see me chemise the people, but you have to keep your business hidden, decorum, right? And then you have some of the chemise that may all in one with the petticoat attached. They used to call that combination. But pardon me, I don't mean to be, but you will see the petticoat, the people. So this is a petticoat pants.
Petticoat,
Then you got the dress, and with people, they used to take sheet and curtain and make something, bed sheet wide. So this is the outer sheeting, and the little money what you get for your so what you may save, you buy some lace as much as you could get and put on. Then this part here, what it is called? Flower bag or brown cotton or calico. They old people used to, men, they had one art. They may know if they do it. Then bleach this or wash it or soften it. Because sometimes it may scratchy. So you make one slip out of this, right? Or one underskirt. Then this top one, say this is the true skirt. So this one curve and this one go carry up, you're going to pop pop whether the emancipation dance or when Baptist church bell ring, you get up and a straight back the E button and you got the bow. So with lady like toy, you know. But remember Creole feisty. So you got this and got a little handkerchief with hanky, right? Yes. Notice my bow. Then this one, I got what they call was skirting the back with a frame, but in the Caribbean and Belize, we don't use all a frame. Then we have with sleeve. Then we head wrap. Well, now this head wrap, you use a piece of fabric bright. So the Creole back in 1834, they dressed them more A-line, but wide all around, but not a real dance, one we flip way over. And then them light solid colors and or the bright color. You know, when you dress up like Christmas tree and titivate up, and the skirt could go wrong. But this dress makes sense because you could deconstruct this, you could take off part, and you could go for you in your boudoir, sleepwear, to church dress, Sunday best, or a combination. And this part, whether the calico or brown cotton, you could put on your Pullman and beach shoes with it. That's the what they call crepe. And you could do your laundry, or you could go to market. So we people had sense. Then, when Mr. Rene used to me the walk, I think because of the sun not can't till 3 o'clock. So I got my umbrella. Umbrella, or some people say parasol. But make I tell you something. Me not just come off and look pretty, you know. As I'm going to tell the man, anybody mess with me, they pin me up. You know what Creole say? When quarrel they call, you know how much string they hold up your petticoat or your drawers? But they pin me, I could joke people with. And I could lose my handkerchief. And this big pin, well, remember.
And then
then the umbrella, me could close this umbrella, me could hook down something, or somebody bother me. One of the slave masters think they can take away my freedom. This thing I pull down, and this the war. Bembe. Rene?
That's the way you turn Bembe, no?
Bembe, like finger from Africa. I got my fly brush. Because when the people come from Africa, not only we come on their ship, you know, but you know, conquers, that are Creole words straight for Africa. So I go brush my conquers, I go fan breeze, and then what we do that chook mouth, you know, straight out of Ghana where I come from. Mr. Rene, we Creole not tell stories straight. So you they ask me about this baby. You afraid to hold the baby, no?
No, I'm not afraid I'm in the whole.
You like grandpa today then?
All right, then I'm in the whole.
So this baby, this is in Anna and Miss Iris Abraham, Miss Myrna Manzanares, ma. And this dress, the home is Lila, may I do it? So this baby now, and he make what people used to use needle and thread. So he make with long needle and thread. A dark black, because you know what? My granny and my grandpa, they never have to in a sun figure their true black color, you know. Then the baby, here look one way, but the baby got in one thing where look like bantu nut circles for Africa. A dress on the notice, he got in for crinoline, man. And he got a little petticoat, the peep. And he got a overpiece, and a dress and a lace. But the thing when Mr. Rene know you are, because you're a good Creole, your news talent come from the inquisitive nature of Creole. Ask question and get answer. So this baby, somebody asked, where I bring her out in the sun, not for, I'm going to try wait till the sun can. It is suffer from mold drop. So instead I left her home, I bring her because Black Cross nurses out here, bush doctor out here, and bush medicine. So Mr. Felix in for Creole Council, you're right here and ask me if I know where aisle to use. If I know where aisle, I not bring her. But if I use sweet aisle, you turn her upside down, you shake her, you tap it foot bottom. Ask her what the mold drop, baby. Me here say that you put, when you say Mr. have a raw egg pan the head, they say mold drop that really dehydration. But me no worry about the textbook doctor say me going to be traditional. So you put that pan the head, right? And the matchstick, now ask me where the match. If I may know, I tell you no. But the wali simidimi I sit and do. So if they old people say do the simidimi, me fall foot. Somebody tell me if I have the little red string, wrong in hand here so. That's a word of evil spirit. But you know what? A Christian, because we believe in a God, right? So the superstition is one thing. So Mr. Rene, this is the mold drop baby. Somebody said knock on my foot bottom. But I bring her out here for dead. You know what Creole say with bush medicine? Kill or cure. But me want my baby live. And this baby represent freedom too. Cause we that never slave, we make by God, God make we make free. And then put that evil institution in slavery. But we broke what we pop like kite all the time. Are we free, and the journey continue for we people. But we celebrate, you know, because they know the tech way for we spirit. So me come out here, I don't know what Creole like though, we got a church. But while we're at a church, we think about the bram and the food and the art, and who we are JJ Wapam with, Mr. Peter says so, me got 2 left foot to go still broke down, you know. And we are doing thing, and God bless Belize, all the people. You can't go to one, you know, got Creolina, yeah? Creole indigenous. You can't go to the other, it could look mixed up, and it got Creole. You ever take the coconut oil out and boil up? Or the rice out of rice and beans? Or the broth out of caldo? We mix up, or the gungo there, and the concanted are not the same thing. The dried banana. So, thank you for all what you did for promote.
Thank you very much, Sharon. Sharon, you said it all. I have not more to say. You said everything. Thank you for saying. You can
start me, you know, you light one fire. Okay. In our bond with all your warm with heart.
Warm with heart.
And our people, and this with it though, for the picnic, the future generations, and for ancestors who went far. I think one of my ancestral village, the Antini, Ghana, right? And through the Pitt side and the Gillett side and the Tara side, are related, the Kelly side. I trace my people there, so I know where we come back. Me had a great-grandmother we had fishy chest pack, you know, and the Pataki, we go back to Africa, but we're there now, and Africa will come here and we visit. The water, Belize there, and Belize there, Africa. We're the one people, and we are strengthening that. So me the African, me the Creole, me the human, me the God, me the Belizean. Thank you.
Long live Belize, land of the free.
Land of the free, long live Belize. Thank you.
We will have more of the celebration from the Iba Town Festival. But first, we take a break to hear from our partners. The Bari, National Gas Company, Del Martin, Seafront Inn, and National Institute of Culture and History.
Debari is your one-stop store of choice. We have an array of electronics and accessories to keep you connected. Your home will be the envy of your friends when you choose from a wide variety of household appliances. We can help you dress the entire family in style and comfort with our selection of clothing and footwear. Visit our store on Albert Street in Belize City, San Pedro, La Isla Bonita, Park Street in Orange Walk Town, Belmopan, and San Ignacio Santa Elena. Debari, get more, pay less.
Seafront Inn welcomes you to Punta Gorda, overlooking the beautiful Caribbean Sea. Seafront Inn offers visitors a relaxing blend of comfort and local charm. Our rooms are spacious and fully air-conditioned, with several amenities including refrigerator, microwave, TV, and more. Clive's Restaurant is located on the 3rd floor and offers a wide variety of delicious food. We can also host your special events. So when you need to get away for business or pleasure, enjoy the atmosphere at Seafront Inn, offering the best of Southern hospitality.
Welcome to the digital era, the Institute of Archaeology's online ticketing system. Purchasing your park tickets just got easier. Here's how you can use our quick and easy online platform for your next adventure. Go to nichebelize.org and select Purchase Park Tickets. Scroll through our 13 available archaeological reserves and select your ticket type, age, and date of your next adventure. Make sure to read up on the amenities available on site. Then, press Purchase Site Ticket. View your cart and fill in your billing information, and the rest is easy. Pay through your preferred method and place your order. Be sure to check your email for your tickets. Now you're set. Visit any of the 13 sites with ease. For more information, call us at 822-2106 or email us at revenueassistant@nichebelize.org. This message was brought to you by the Institute of Archaeology Niche, preserving the past for the future.
Celebration time. It don't matter what part of the jewelry come from. You that you and me that me. But guess what? All are we the one. See what I mean? Jump and shout all over the nation. We're breaking out with a new creation. It's been too long, we've got to unite now.
Emancipation Day marks the abolition of slavery, honoring freedom, human rights, and the resilience of African-descended peoples. In our multicultural society, this day extends beyond a specific historical commemoration. It becomes a shared foundational event that shapes our collective values and defines our national identity. Building the role of Emancipation Day in a multicultural society is part of our national work. Broadening the national narrative is high on our agenda.
I'm here with Sebastian Cayetano and from the Garifuna Council. Now, Sebastian, what the connection between the Garifuna and the Creole why you are here celebrating Emancipation Day today?
Well, we have to be here, Rene, because we are in solidarity with our Creole brothers. We share a common African root. We must be here. Yeah. And we are fellow sufferers. So we have to look at protect each other's back. Okay. And I love that. And I'm happy that we are drawing much closer and closer together. We are also a minority group, the two groups, you know. So that's my concern. And I'm very happy to be here to share this wealth of information with the Belizean people, and especially my young brother here. Yeah, he's learning the ropes.
Andrew Campbell, sir. Pleasure meeting you.
Nice meeting you. Right? Andrew, what you take away from all of this?
Emancipation Day is not only for one Afro-Indigenous group in Belize. We celebrate all Afro-Indigenous groups in Belize. Like what Mr. Caetano said, the Creole people and the Garinago people have a common African mother. It's not only about Creole, it's not only about the Maya, it's not only about any other indigenous group of Belize. Emancipation Day celebrates the emancipation of people in Belize, the entire Caribbean slavery in the Caribbean. We know how the effect slavery had on us. So it's a large celebration. We're joining not only our Creole brothers and sisters, but our brothers and sisters from the Caribbean diaspora as well.
Very good, because emancipation really celebrates all of us. Whether you're Maya, Garifuna, all of us are one people. And I like what you have depicted here. You have the Garifuna flag, you have the Creole flag, and you have the Belize flag that unites. Brings all of us together, and it brings out the Belize flag brings all of us together, make us one proud country, right? Because we're all Belizeans and we celebrate together. It's good to see you.
Exactly. And Rene, I have to applaud your efforts with Belize Watch. I love to watch Belize Watch. I look forward to it. The other day, you had a repeat on the Mennonite man and his cattle. I really learned a lot from it. Yes, man. It's a very excellent teaching tool.
Well, we try our best, and I want to thank you too for being a part of that show one time.
That's right. That's right.
In the early days, right? We do that several shows together, and I am looking forward to doing another one with you.
Very good, Chief. I look forward to sitting with you again to have the next show.
Okay. So we'll make it happen. All right, Sebastian, my good friend, Sebastian Caetano. Good seeing you, my brother. All the best, man. Good seeing you. Right?
Thanks, Steve.
Good to see your man following and helping you, right?
Yes,
all the best, my brother.
we must carry on the tradition, sir. It's always a pleasure to be with Mr. Caetano. He does a good job of teaching me everything I need to know about my culture. And may I take this opportunity to encourage other young Garifuna people, other young Creole people, any Afro-Indigenous person to embrace the culture we were born with.
5 years ago in 2021, Emancipation Day was made a national holiday for us to observe the origins of the Creole culture and the origins of Belize, basically, right?
That's right, Chief.
Tell me.
Well, I would even say it goes farther than that because we have to remember that the Creole culture that we experience today is rooted in Mother Africa.
That's right.
Africa is the birthplace of humanity.
Where we came from.
But before we got there, of course, there was a episode in our history where Africans and African people were enslaved. And then it was a long process before full legal emancipation came in 1838. So today, as part of our education initiative, Ida from Malante exhibition, we have here a timeline that highlights several key moments that are part of this freedom-making process.
Okay, maybe we can look at these because this I love history, and it's very important for us to know our history because as people who don't know our history, we can't appreciate where we are, and it's difficult to plan the future. So let's go back in time.
Fully there with you, Chief. So by 1765, this is one of the earliest recorded revolts by Africans and African descendants in the settlement of British Honduras. This is when the almanacs record in 1765 the enslaved population are revolting. And there are a series of revolts because people will naturally begin to reclaim their dignity. You know, yes, enslavement was a mental and a physical coercion, forcing people to believe that you are the property of somebody else. But every now and again, people mobilize and they challenge the system, and we call those moments revolutionary revolts. And so there's a series of those moments that happen in Belize's history, but it's also across the Caribbean. Of course, we have to think about the Haitian Revolution. Right? These are big, that one was a big revolt. Actually, first Black Republic in the Caribbean. And all of that also triggered reactions within the colonial system. And it helped advance the cause that emancipation was necessary, even among the enslavers themselves. And a series of other religious and social movements in Great Britain advocated for the abolition of enslavement.
So basically, our people were slaves, our ancestors were slaves before 1765, right?
Right.
So
the earliest recorded evidence of African enslaved people in this territory dates to the 1720s.
1720s.
That's right.
That's 100 years before the independence of Central America.
That is exactly right. In fact, by the 1820s now, with the independence of Central America, the enslaved population are knowledgeable that once they enter Spanish territory, they would also be granted freedom. And so there's a higher number of runaways from the Belize town and the logging camps into Guatemala as well as into Mexico. Now, they did not necessarily experience full freedom once they got there. In fact, in the case of Mexico, there's a lot of historical evidence that showed how they were also re-enslaved by the Yucatecos of Merida, for example. There's a lot of documentation there of that part of the history. Matthew Restal is a very good historian if the viewers and listeners would want to find out more about that history.
So, but as well, the Mayans and the Mestizos some more there came to Belize during the caste war as well.
Right. So now we're moving out of the period of enslavement. That's 1848, right?
Yeah.
And we're saying that full legal emancipation occurs in 1838.
1838. But let's go through this before. So the revolts. Let's go back to the revolts.
You're right. So we have the earliest recorded revolt, 1765, 1768. Then there's a very prolonged revolt which lasted 5 months. This is the one in 1773. Now,
what were those revolts like? I mean, were there deaths? Were there fighting? Was there fighting? What
yes, there are recorded. Yes, there are recorded incidents where the enslaved would kill one of the enslavers. Those things happen. They would put out wanted notice for the leaders of revolts. In fact, the last revolt, which we have here, is 1820, and that is the one that is probably famous for a lot of Belizeans into history, which is a revolt led by Will and Sharper. And they put out a notice with their name. If anybody could bring them in, you'll get a reward. So that's how revolts operated. Generally, it is the enslaved saying, you know, we've had enough. We are push back and push back and push back. And they would also run away. So they would seek freedom into the hills of Belize. In fact, we believe very heavily that Gales Point itself would have also been settled by some of these runaways
And then you have
later
Runaway
on.
Creek and all of them places,
Exactly.
so the Mayan caves and things like that.
Exactly. And in fact, the early records of the 1800s, the colonial archives, superintendents, and so on were saying, we think that they are hidden communities, that they are hidden, quote-unquote, slave towns in the mountains and in the caves. And so that is part of our history as well.
So now we move on to 1807.
In 1807, Britain ended the Atlantic enslavement trade. But bear in mind that this is just ending the aspect of moving Africans from Africa to the Caribbean and vice versa.
So they were no longer taking people from Africa and bringing them to the Caribbean.
Right. That took some time before they actually began to enforce it and people respect the rules, as you could imagine, because the enslavement trade was a very lucrative trade for the enslavers and the persons who are moving Africans into the Americas. And in fact, Britain itself was one of the leaders in this transatlantic slave trade system. And so Belize, in our case, a lot of our African ancestors were brought here from Jamaica and Barbados. These were called trading ports within this network of system. You know, it's really, it's a terrible thing to think about that they would move humans at that scale, as goods, you know, as property to be just sold, auctioned off in Barbados and Jamaica, and then brought here, disconnected you from your original homeland. But despite that, the African ancestors, or African descendants, demonstrate remarkable resilience, right? And that's why we are celebrating here.
Between me and you, I was told that that's how my grandparents got here, on my mother's side.
Wow, you see?
From Jamaica.
And that is the purpose of this day, that we can educate each other about our family history, but also this national history that we believe is important.
Yeah. 1820.
In 1820, the records reveal that there was a very intense revolt led by Will and Sharper. And this is the last major uprising that occurs among enslaved Africans and African people in this territory. Now we're also seeing into the 1820s, because remember, they're already hearing that the slave trade, the end. So people are beginning to question, well, why are we slaves? Why are we being enslaved? And so there's a series of movements. In fact, there's a lot of revolts across the Caribbean region. And by 1833, Britain passed what is known as the Emancipation Act. But as part of this passing of the first act to abolish enslavement, they developed another system called the apprenticeship system. For the benefit of the enslavers, they convinced them that they would have up to 4 to 6 years where the formerly enslaved Africans would work for free between 40 to 45 hours a week so that they could, quote unquote, learn to become laborers when they've been laboring all their lives. Can you imagine that?
I can imagine that. Just another excuse.
Right. And on top of that, they did something else. They compensated with monetary cash, which was not until recently fully paid off by the UK government. The enslavers, because they were in the legal framework of how they devised enslavement, saying that the state was taking away their property, and so they were to be compensated. You know, and meanwhile, the African formerly enslaved had to work for free, and in the case of Belize, not for 6 years, but up to 1838, when the legislation was amended to say the formerly enslaved are now fully free on 1st of August 1838. So the Abolition Act for enslavement comes in 1834, but it implemented another system called apprenticeship, and it is not until 1st August 1838 that full legal freedom is granted.
Full legal freedom, maybe you could expand on that for me.
Sure. And let me expand on it by reflecting on a moment which Belize also observed last night with a church service at the Baptist Church. The records indicate that there too in 1838, formerly enslaved Africans had gathered to witness that moment. I'm sure it must have been moving, it must have been spiritual for them. And today, well, we are also in that spirit of observation. So full legal freedom did not mean that, you know, they immediately had access to the necessary things that you would expect them to have. So land was still an issue. And that's why we make the distinction to say it's legal freedom. But their movement was still constrained because the mental framework of being told all your life that you're less than human, that you're not like a full human, your dignity was being subjugated. And so that took a process and remains an ongoing struggle, I think. But Belize today is very resilient, I think, and we hope to learn from this history. We hope to share this history more and more because a lot of we Belizeans are also very diverse. Many times people look at each other and not realize that we have common links in our ancestry, but also common links in the many things that we do. From the words that we talk Creole, you know. So there's a lot of things that I think unite us to this day and a reason for reflection.
So there's much more that unites us than what divides us.
I fully agree with you. I think that is an important note to go by for today. And there's a lot more, I think, in the struggle for African descendants and all peoples of Belize. You know, some of us came here voluntarily, some of us came here by force, but this is who we are, and we need to forge a more united nation.
But even after emancipation, they tried to keep you down, right? Because
they implemented various systems.
Servant ordinance.
They implemented various regulations that would make it very difficult for you to break your contract with your former enslavers who become now your employers. And they would give you groceries on credit and then compel you legally to work until you pay that off. Then you can go work for someone else.
Yeah.
So that's called the truck and advance system.
Yeah, it was... Oh, I don't even want to think about it because our people have enjoyed a lot. But the fact that we are here today is that we are a resilient people. And what is important, we are Belizeans and we are all united regardless of what's your origin. The fact is that we are proud Belizeans today.
Right. I think there's a lot to be proud of. There's a strong African cultural continuity that runs across our communities. In fact, you know, there are a few communities that you can say you don't find our African presence.
So, Rolando, we're talking about this great love all of us have for Belize, right? And the love of all our people coming together and moving our great country forward, which is basically where we are at today, you know? But we need to showcase our various cultures. But we need to showcase our various cultures because the knowledge of the past impacts the present and shapes the future, right? So let us all get to know our past so we can appreciate our present and move forward together, united, in love for our great country, Belize, right? Anything you want to that before I close?
No, I just think I'm very happy that you, Chief, and your team were out here today enjoying Ibo Town Festival, 1st August, Emancipation Day 2026. Thank you.
And you surely feel the love out here, but love is always a choice that we make. And when you choose to love, we'll always say to you, Belize and beyond. Thanks for choosing Belize. Thanks.